Voncast show. Little hiatus, took a Christmas break or holiday break here with someone I've known for a long time, my cousin, EVMB. What's up, man?
How's it going, bro?
Come on, man. Haven't seen you since
my
August.
gosh!
So
It's been so long.
yeah, man.
Really long time.
You moved recently. Well, not recently. You moved to Washington, right?
Yeah, I moved to Seattle.
How's that going?
It's pretty slow right now, to be honest. Just been working a lot, and but just recently, after the 5-month hiatus of not performing at all, I finally got some shows in December.
Nice.
Yeah, and I knocked those out, and one of them was the Gong Show, which was held by the Cannabis Alliance.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
What's it like moving from LA to Washington or Seattle?
The culture is definitely different.
How so?
Well, it's a lot slower out there. There's a lot of political views that I have that I don't want to share.
Right. How is it like? Are people nicer? Are they more like back, or it's kind of the same?
It's kind of the same. Like I'd say it's kind of the same. I just haven't lived there long enough. But yeah, it's kind of the same.
Is it pretty diverse? Like, are there different people of different ethnicities, or?
Yeah, there's a lot more. There's
That's
a lot
good.
more like from the Middle East.
Nice.
Because Microsoft is over there, and you know they're really good at what they do.
Right. Is the cost of living a little higher there? Because everyone knows LA and California in general is a pretty expensive state to live in.
Heck yeah, man.
Really?
I would say that Seattle and LA. I think Seattle's a little bit more expensive.
I heard it's more progressive there in terms of technology. Like
Yeah.
it's a little bit ahead of time, like a little bit ahead of LA. I don't know what, but someone I know lived in Seattle for a while, and he says it was a little more like technologically advanced and like a lot more greenery, right?
Oh yeah, but on the tech side, like you have a lot of cities like Bellevue. Bellevue's another city that's south of Seattle. It's really growing because Microsoft is over there. Expedia just moved over there. You have Amazon, Costco, Kirkland. Dude, it's crazy. A lot of big businesses are moving up there.
Nice. Cool.
Ahead of the game.
Nice, yeah, man. So for those who don't know, who are you and what do you do?
Well, I am a beatboxer.
Okay. Go like EVMB.
I'm EVMB, the
Okay.
Beatbox Panda.
Okay.
And I'm a beatboxer. I've been beatboxing since 2001.
Okay.
Yeah, 2001.
Nice.
And slowly, it turned into a career for a little bit, and I had so much fun on that ride. I don't know. I cover a lot of hip hop, EDM, dubstep. I'm still trying to get into a lot more styles right now. Really listen to a lot more music, especially in Seattle. Like the music culture too. Like I think the people that I'm exposed to, they're more into the punk scene.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's more hip hop infused punk. That those are the type of people that I'm around.
Right.
And that's the music that I guess is very exclusive to me right now.
Nice. So we'll go back in the beginning. How did you get into beatboxing? Let's see. You said 2001, right?
Yeah, 2001.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It was in 8th grade. I say this story a lot.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's 8th grade,
And
my uncle actually came to pick me up, and his name is Abraham.
that's your uncle?
Yeah.
Isn't he younger, right?
Yeah, he's younger than me, but he's doing well, man. He's got a
Abraham,
family.
yeah.
A familia right now, and I just saw that he's getting into music again. He's been releasing some cool stuff. I know that's what he's always wanted to do. But anyway, so he was like, he picked me up with his aunt, and with his mom, and he started beatboxing, like little hi-hats, snares, kicks, and I was like, oh snap, that is cool. Teach me that.
Yeah.
Right now. And then he goes, all right, so taught me the hi-hat, taught me the kick, and then the snare. His snare was like his snare was like that.
Nice.
And I was like, man, that's hard. That's really hard. And then I just practiced those 3 sounds,
Right.
And that was it. Took off from there. listened to Rozelle, opened me to more music.
Mhm.
I was able to, I don't know, I was just able to open up my mind to just more styles of music. I hadn't listened to music growing up. Like, I think more, it was starting with you too. You started showing me this Jay-Z blueprint, Lil Wayne.
Yeah, man.
I don't know, Block is Hot.
That's the first album I got. Yeah, you know, I didn't listen. I mean, I listened to the radio.
Mhm.
Maybe like 4th and 5th grade, I started listening more.
Yeah.
Put me on Britney Spears.
Yeah, that was me,
fire.
man.
That was 98. That was fire, man.
That was me.
I think that's around the time I also got into music because I got into rapping because of you. You were like, hey, you should start rapping. You rap the songs anyways on the radio.
That is true.
Yeah. So thank you, man.
That is true. Oh crap! I forgot what their whole reason was.
Yeah, that was.
And you started listening to some WWF rap, Jericho rap or something, Undertaker rap.
I think it was like the WWF, now WWE was a theme song.
You remember that?
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. I remember that. I definitely remember that. Yeah, that was like when I was super into wrestling. That was awesome. Let's see.
So good, right?
DX, that was good.
No one does that anymore.
No. So you got into beatboxing. Were you always EVMB? Was that your name?
No, it was Metronome.
I remember. Okay, that's right.
Oh no, well,
That was your screen name. Invisible.
yeah, I had a lot of AIM screen names. But as far as stage name, it was just Metronome, and EVMB.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot the other ones. Soundwave was always given to me,
Mm-hmm.
and I never took it. It was weird.
It's like Transformers, right?
Yeah, it was weird. I'm not a fan of Transformers.
So you got into that. So you were beatboxing in high school. Were there other people beatboxing, or was it like a very small community within your area at the time?
Yeah, at the time there wasn't that many beatboxers. I've just heard of people through friends that, oh, my friend beatboxes too, but I never knew how good they were.
Right.
Back then, it was, especially not having a car and
Yeah.
internet was kind of new.
Right.
It was hard to connect with other beatboxers in your city,
Mhm.
in your like vicinity, I guess. But I was able to connect with people across the world.
Wow.
Yeah, through humanbeatbox.com.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't meet anyone around Los Angeles. It was so hard to meet up back then. But in high school, I've only came across maybe 5 other beatboxers.
Yeah.
Drum de Guzman being one of them, and you learned a few things. There was another beatboxer that I battled, I guess, in high school. Like I forgot his name, but he was like the person to battle back then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Not many.
yeah, I can say the same thing for rappers. Back then there wasn't as many. Now it's a little more saturated.
Yeah. Definitely.
So you went from doing high school, just performing at I guess amongst your friends and maybe the school. How did you start getting shows, or what was your first show like? Or your first few shows? I mean, how did you?
Oh, my first show. Yeah. My first show was I was in Camarillo.
Camarillo.
Yeah.
By the outlets?
Yeah, like
Okay.
that area.
Was it West Coast Pizza?
No. My first paid show. Like this was
Oh.
before West Coast Pizza.
Okay.
This was I didn't have a car yet.
Okay.
Yeah, so I had to have my dad drive me.
Mm-hmm.
So my brother, my dad, and my cousin, the show was a 50th birthday party of some husband,
Mm-hmm.
some dad, whatever. And I was requested to perform Depeche Mode songs.
Okay.
So I had to learn Depeche Mode songs for this birthday.
Mhm.
I was like, did I say 50th what of his dad? I didn't say birthday.
I don't know.
I forget.
It's okay.
But anyway, it was a 50th birthday
Yeah.
of some dad, and he loved Depeche Mode, so I covered a lot of Depeche Mode songs.
Mm-hmm.
And I got paid $50.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I brought my own speaker. It was my cousin's.
Mm-hmm.
and I used a Behringer XM 8500 microphone.
Nice.
Awesome.
How did you get that show? Was it kind of word of mouth, or were they relatives?
Right. Oh, I performed an open mic.
Okay.
In Simi Valley.
Okay.
The place was called. What the fuck was that place called? Harmony Suite.
That sounds really familiar.
Harmony Suite, and I performed there during high school, right after high school, just to practice my material.
Mm-hmm.
And I recall you did something there. We did something there.
You know, I probably did. It sounds kind
You
of
did.
familiar. Yeah.
You did. I do have video.
Yeah, I think I know. That name sounded familiar when you said it.
Yeah.
So you go from there, you during shows. Were you like constantly getting shows? Like, did you have to more inquire about shows? Did people ask about you?
No, I don't think I was that in demand yet.
Mm-hmm.
It was more me looking for shows around my area, like battles. I think battles were something I was looking for back then, because it was like, oh, I want to beatbox. Let me battle the best beatboxer. Let's go,
Right.
So I think that's what I was looking for mainly. And I remember the first beatbox battle that I tried to enter. Jared was with me. You remember Jared?
Yeah.
Remember Jared? Yeah, he was there, and I think him and his mom were following me around, and we could never find the spot.
Mm-hmm.
So I forgot what we ended up doing, and had no battle that day.
Oh.
But then the following year, the battle was hosted at a clothing company shop, like a clothing store shop.
Okay.
And he carried Obey, Acrylic,
Okay.
and those
Right.
back then brands, LA brands. So they hosted the battle there, and I came in second to Characteristics.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
I remember him. We're still friends on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it. Like as far as the battle scene, like that's how I started off with.
Now, back then, how what was your routine like for practicing beatboxing? Because I know it's like you gotta practice a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how many hours a day did you practice?
I can't really put a time to it. Yeah, so I think it was more. I don't know. It was just constant. It's always with you.
Right.
Just like it was like thinking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm constantly beatboxing in my head. And just when I'm actually practicing, I remember I didn't have a microphone, so I used a headphone.
Mm-hmm.
Like I cut the other part of the headphone, and then it was just straight headphone, and it went through a jar. It was stupid. I don't know, but it worked.
That was our technology.
That was it,
Yeah.
And it was through my grandma's karaoke machines,
Nice.
JVC karaoke. And dude, it helped, man.
It's good.
It helped me.
So you're battling. Did you battle often, or was it like?
After 2007, I started looking into more battles. Of course, after I lost, I wanted to redeem myself.
Right.
So I started looking at this Irvine battle that was going on Craigslist, I believe.
Yeah.
And dude, I think it took off from there. But I had caught a cold or something. I caught like some illness, and I had it was cellulitis, and I was on meds during that battle. And I remember I was not gonna go, but I loved battling so much. To be honest, if it happened today, I was sick like that, and there was a battle, I'd still fucking go.
That's good. That's good, man. That shows dedication, bro.
Yeah.
That shows dedication.
Of course.
That's what you do.
Yeah, man.
So you went from battling, but when did you start doing shows? Because I recall you doing more shows than battles, right? I mean, you would go to like, I don't know, you can tell the story.
It was more shows than battles because battles aren't they're not too many over here. The shows, mostly the college circuit. What else? I always forget what else I do.
Oh, okay.
Clubs and stuff. Yeah, open.
Okay.
I do a lot of open mics. So I do a lot of shows, I guess, in just various shows, different dynamic of shows. You can open mics to little free shows, kids' birthday parties, public school shows. And I'll perform at a club, or something like that. or at a festival,
Right.
thousands of, it just varies, I can take beatboxing everywhere.
That's awesome.
And it's open to, it can be intimate as
Mhm.
just you and me right now. I can perform in front of you and just listen, And, or it can go to thousands of people, just me and a microphone, just my voice. And I just love how powerful the voice can move someone.
Yeah. Talk to us with that experience. I mean, performing in front of that many people, what goes through your head when, you walk onto the stage and you see all those people?
Fuck.
Yeah.
Don't fuck up.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Don't look over there. Oh my god. Like, you don't. Okay, like, you know how it feels.
Yeah, but I mean, it's different, I guess, with rapping and beatboxing, because I guess with beatboxing, it's
Yeah,
like,
well, the initial, like, when I would step on stage is I'd grab my mic and then, just test it out,
Right.
Then see how the crowd reacts to that, whatever. But the sea of people is just staring at you like, oh my god, just chatter. You just hear a lot of chatter, and you have to win them over. You have to win them over.
I think you do a good job of that. I've witnessed your shows, and I think you get a really good crowd reaction. You do a lot of crowd interaction, and they participate with it. That's really cool.
Yeah, a lot of my performing was more of crowd interaction than just throwing any song out there.
That's good.
Which I feel my style is like today. But that's a whole different story. So like back then, how I used to do my shows, structure my shows, just have them engage with me and then clap and all of that, and just have a little slow down and bring it back up and then stop. Maybe there's an encore, maybe there's not. Then have a little bit left, and then that's it. Done.
Now, any big names you performed for or opened for? I know a while back you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did some Snoop Dogg.
Wow.
Some Childish Gambino.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, he was a comedian back then.
Danny Glover.
Yup, Don Glover.
Don Glover. That's Lethal Weapon guy, right?
That's his dad, yeah.
Is it really his dad?
No.
Oh, fuck. I didn't know this.
Well, Childish Gambino, Diplo, Big Sean.
Wow.
When you had it over here at CSUN.
Yeah.
The Big Show. KRS-One. I didn't open up for him. I performed with him.
Wow.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That's pretty cool. I mean, like, that's one of the hip hop founders. One of the.
Yeah.
How was that experience?
It was really humbling to know, to see someone that is a big part of hip hop and wants to share knowledge with you.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they paid him a lot to say stuff like that, but it was a really cool seminar. Where he has a lot of knowledge of hip hop with him.
Yeah. What are your? If you name a few or a couple, most memorable shows you performed?
I say Summer Meltdown.
When was that?
I forgot what year, but I think it was the second time.
Okay.
I think it was 2013 or 2014. Summer Meltdown was a really cool experience for me. The airliner, I always say it, Magic Garage, I want to give a shout out to Gingy. She really helped me get into the LA scene. I was able to perform, in the same lineup as Tumex from the Visionaries. And growing up, I was getting into music. Underground hip hop was a thing, and the Visionaries are one of the most important hip hop groups that I've listened to. I don't know what else. What was going on?
Let's see. So there was that. It was more memorable.
Memorable shows. Yeah. Well, the Roxy. We were just talking about this yesterday with my aunt and my uncle. Like, my name was on the marquee.
That's awesome.
Bantasan was on the marquee. So
that's
it's cool. And there's this group called Metalachi that's gonna be, they're gonna be so big in 2019. But yeah, the Roxy was one of them. Oh my gosh, what is that festival that happened? 626 Night Market.
Okay.
Yeah, I love performing there too.
Nice.
I got to perform there on the big stage, and that's really awesome. I love their setup and their lights. San Diego. They always show love up there when you perform at Petco Park.
Nice.
Yeah, performing out there is cool. Like those kind of performances I really enjoy the most. 'Cause you get to travel.
That's cool, man.
You get to enjoy the city. You get to enjoy those places. No, not really other ones. I performed in the Philippines, which was awesome because it was really cool because it's something they probably haven't heard, and it was a bunch of tourists. You know, from we performed in El Nido.
Okay.
And you know, it was like a club setting, bar, lounge setting, and it was by the beach, and you hear the waves. You know, you're just enjoying your stuff, and yeah, that was really cool for me because I was drunk. You know what I mean? I was drunk. I was having a good time with my family.
That's dope.
Got to bust out some beatbox and the what do you call this? The
radio guy?
No, the audience's reaction to my beatboxing was like in awe at first, and then they cheered like a movie, like because they wanted me to go more, right? They wanted me to go some more. So when I stopped, I kind of just left them at a cliffhanger, and it was quiet, and all you heard was waves.
Wow,
dude, it was crazy.
That's awesome.
And then like some clanging of like some forks and stuff, but for the most part waves, and then chatter, and then like wow.
That's dope, man.
Yeah, so just things like that I appreciate in a show.
So you've been beatboxing for, I'm not good at math, but like 10 plus years.
More. Way more.
Like, what are like, you know,
20.
pursuing? Was it been 20? Damn, no, it's not good. I feel old. Getting like, you know, rapping, or beatboxing for that long. Like, what are some like, I guess, downside of just being a creative individual? You know, because I would generally say you're second generation, I'm 1.5. Being pursuing some creative endeavor, you know, in Filipino households is, I guess, it's more open now. What maybe 10 years ago is a bit more different because a lot of Filipinos tend to go in the medical field, particularly nursing. Can you just talk to us about like just the, you know, challenges that you face, maybe from family or like immediate family?
Well, first off, you know, beatboxing was always seen as a hobby by my family, and always, you know, something to fall back on, or not even. You know? Going into the medical field was the main like
source of income.
Yeah, no, like
safe.
It was the main like goal. To obtain.
I agree.
So went through all that stuff. Pain, and didn't want to be it. You know what I mean? Like I was focused on wanting to become a beatboxer. You know, I had the skills. I was good enough. Like,
definitely.
And you know, I was ranked number 16 in 2012 in the nation.
The nation's big.
Yeah, the nation, and it was barely getting big back then. It was like number 4 or 5 beatbox championship. I forget, but it was going to be held in New York, and that was going to be like the cool, the deal. Like the ticket out and be like, all right, I'm traveling now. This is cool. I get to meet other beatboxers. And, you know, I just wanted to really humble myself around them because, you know, you never know who's way better than you, and to see them beat you in person, that's cool. That's growth. But what were we saying? About going back, right? Oh yeah. Just medical field, and like earning money through, you know, just have a stable job. That's the thing, and it was always medical field, and from my parents, and now I think like it's more balanced now the way I live, and shows will always be there, and I just have to really prioritize other things, but my shows are growing as I'm networking, and so, you know, as that grows, then it might be more of a priority later. So I just go with that flow, and that's pretty much it. But you know, it was challenging growing up. You can't do this now, you know. Can't do this now. Growing up is always like that, just a battle, you know. So many differences. I delayed a lot of my school because of it, you know. A lot of my decisions, a lot of my time went to practicing shows, went to being at shows, you know, missing birthdays, missing events, you know, because I have an event of my own, and it gets tiring, you know.
Yeah.
You gotta, you know, it doesn't pay sometimes, or it does pay sometimes. We don't know, but I was making a pretty good living off of it.
I would say so. I would say like a show almost every week. I want to say.
Yeah, it was pretty frequent.
That's awesome. You know,
I would post tour dates or something funny like that.
Yeah,
Show dates.
yeah, show dates.
Yeah, and
That's
it,
awesome.
I, you know, take for like what I honestly regret from all the shows is not being able to network with those people. Like I wasn't that kind of person where I didn't network with them after the show. I would always just leave or something, you know. I wouldn't chill.
I mean, I don't blame you. I mean, some people are just not into like networking. I mean, now it's a little tougher. I think when you're older. I think when I was younger, I was more like, I don't know. I could do it more like naturally, but now I feel like I have to stay and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't performed in like, man, maybe like a couple months. But before that, like last time I performed was maybe November. Before that was January. I performed at Mr. Chow's, Casper's event.
Yeah.
Before that, I don't know. I haven't performed in a while, so
Wow.
I get that.
Yeah.
So I think it's different because with beatboxing, it's more performance based as opposed to recording.
I'd like to say so, yeah, because when I stopped beatboxing, I was honestly really rusty. There was no way I was going to perform after that 5-month hiatus and go straight on stage.
Yeah.
I did it all through work,
Mm-hmm.
on my car rides. I took off my radio faceplate and I just beatboxed. I bought a microphone and I plugged it into the aux.
That's dope.
And then I would sit there for 2 hours, like around my break, just practicing shit on the mic. Because I didn't have an amp with me, you know, I didn't have anything like this. So, got speakers in my car, bust it up, and then start beatboxing in there. I don't care who looks at me, like,
That's dope, man.
dude, just figuring out new sounds and the new styles. Like, whoa, this is dope.
Right.
So, I performed with, you know, a few cats out there, the more dance scene oriented people, Massive
EVM kind of
Monkeys,
thing, or like-
hip hop.
Okay.
Hip hop, sorry, Massive Monkeys crew, like B-boys, B-girls. Breaking, whacking, popping. They have a whole eclectic variety of dances. I don't know. It's so cool.
Me either. It's awesome.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be doing battle at Burien or something. It's a lot of the top b-boys and b-girls from all styles dance from all over Washington will come over.
That's awesome.
And battle right there. That's gonna be sick.
That's really cool. I mean, I think it's almost like it's great that you moved out there because it seems like the beatbox scene is less saturated, I want to say.
I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know if they just come out secretly, ninjas. You know.
I mean, here it's a little more. Okay, I guess it's because it's LA, right?
Yeah, LA is gonna always be LA.
Yeah,
You know?
that's
and
good, man. I mean, it's way for you to like now you'll have like core fans here and then also in Washington.
See.
Any like, so last time you were here, when you were performing here, you said that the EDM sound was really big here.
Yeah.
You know that when you moved out there, did you notice you had to incorporate different sounds or styles into your routine?
No, actually, my sound grew over there.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have to incorporate. I think I not only incorporated, I came up with a new vibe.
Okay.
A new like, you know, new style.
Nice.
Of stuff. Like this, the hip hop stuff is still there, but it's gonna be more. You know, it's just changed. Like I feel like it's changed. Just I was influenced by a lot of music out there,
Right.
and the EDM is pretty heavy, especially the underground stuff.
EDM is big in Seattle?
The little trap shows and all that.
Mhm.
Not like the Marshmallow EDC kind
Right.
of stuff. Like, you know, like get a bunch like Rez and I don't know, Yuki or something.
I don't know much about EDM.
There's I don't know. I like
That's
that.
awesome.
I like them.
So that's awesome, man. So you incorporated more like of that kind of EDM sound over there. Is that what you typically play when you perform, or when you perform?
Now, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, yes. It's more like doing the my old style is kind of foreign to me right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I just have to revisit it and see if I can sharpen it up a little bit. But I'm veering away from that type of style.
That's good. It shows growth. Shows growth. You're you know you're still doing it. That's
Yeah.
awesome, man. I commend it. You've been doing it this long. You've made money out of it. You made money from it. That's really good.
Yeah. I made
That's-
money out of it.
to-
That was cool.
I mean, to make money off of doing what you love, that's pretty awesome. I'd say that's a success to me.
Really? Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely a goal. Like, to make money from something, for something that you do.
Yeah, I mean, you've definitely done it. You can do it again.
So definitely try it.
Let's see. So, do you have any advice for anyone who wants to do beatboxing? I mean, I don't know how it is now. But
YouTube it.
YouTube.
Google it.
We didn't have YouTube. Back
Yeah,
then.
Google it. Look up the tutorials. Listen to all the dope beatboxers out there. They're so dope. Like, you'll see a bunch of different styles from different countries. Man, they're just all awesome, man. It's incredible. Even I get influenced, listen, I'm like, oh, snap, that style is sick.
Yeah,
You gotta watch them all.
that's awesome.
Pretty
Man.
sick.
That's pretty cool. So just
And just practice, commit to your craft. Yeah,
I like
that's
that.
all I can
It's
say.
your craft. I guess it takes patience.
Yeah.
Like anything else.
It takes patience. You won't be. You'll always sound different than everyone else. I always say, it was a really bad opener when I say, oh yeah, you'll never sound like me. No, what I'm gonna say is you'll always be unique to yourself, to your anatomy, and what I'm gonna say is I'll never be like you. I can never sound like you.
Wow.
So that's something you'll have unique to yourself. You're your own instrument. You're
Right.
built a certain way. Your sound resonates through you differently than me. So you may have like stronger jaws or something.
Right.
So like that's one thing that you could do is you have your anatomy of your jaws and
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Changes your sound.
Wow, I didn't realize all that right now, that our anatomy or our vocal cords or the muscles in our mouth can make a big difference.
They do.
So I guess beatboxing, you're more of an instrument. Well, making music or rapping, you're also an instrument.
Yeah.
But
They're
it's
all
interesting.
instruments.
Cool, man. You're here for how long
Yeah.
in town?
Here till the 8th.
To the 8th, that's what?
I think, yeah, I'm shooting for the 8th because
Okay.
gotta get back to work.
Cool. Do you have any social media we can follow you
Yeah,
on?
you can follow me on the Beatbox Panda
Uh-huh.
at EVMB,
Right.
and yeah, I post some beatboxing on there. I gave a little shout out to the Voncast show earlier, walking over to see Sun.
Hey, don't get lost.
Yep. I was lost for
It's
like
okay.
a good 40 minutes and I'm walking around.
That's all right. Yeah, it's
There was no one for me to ask out here.
Yeah, I like the winter break now because there's not a lot of people. I'm gonna try to do a few more shows during winter break, which is in
Okay.
January. But cool, thank you, man. I appreciate
No
it.
problem, dude.
Thank you, man.